right, good afternoon, everybody. We are back out in the driveway, getting ready for a camping trip coming up here soon in a couple of days, but thought I'd make a quick little video. Anybody who's camped with me before knows that in the winter I typically use a diesel heater. I have a diesel heater plate that goes into that window there. You open the window and pop the plate in, and I can duct the hot air into the camper. And I had a cheap Chinese diesel heater, pretty inexpensive, and I'd run it off my Blue Eddy power station. I didn't have it wired into the truck house battery, into the back of the camper where I have the big Renogy battery and the Red Arc system. I just ran the heater off of our Blue Eddy. And I had a little bit of an issue with it last time because it was saying it wasn't getting enough amps from the Blue Eddy, the cigarette lighter on the Blue Eddy, and left us cold one night. So anyway, I decided to change things up a little bit, and I'm testing it out right there. You can see it on the table there in front of me. I ended up buying one of these Hcalory Toolbox diesel heaters. These things are really, really nice. I'm just doing a test run now, but if you're not familiar with the Hcalory diesel heater, this new one, their Toolbox, it's the newest generation. Spill proof cap, completely spill proof. You can tip it upside down, still will not get a suction. There's a clean vent here on the top, so you're not going to have that vacuum in there, but you're not going to spill gas everywhere. It also has the control panel here, which you can see. I'm going to try to do that. But what's cool about this, if you're a rooftop tent person, you have the option of taking this out, and it has an extension cable, and you can run this control panel with the thermostat on it all the way up to your tent, which is really, really cool that they did that. You don't have to rewire it yourself or deal with any of that. I'm trying to do this one-handed, forgive me. And it just pops in there. This is a water and snow-proof little cover here, so your electronics stay dry. The unit is rated to be proof, not waterproof, but water resistant. You can be out in the snow, it can be out in the rain, you can sit outside, which is where ours lives while we're using it. But the coolest feature of this is this new remote, and you know, nothing new with remotes. My old Chinese diesel heater, it was a Vivor, had a remote, but this one is super cool because I have it turned off right now. But one, it is chargeable. It's no battery. You can plug it into a USB and charge it. And then the other cool thing, it's got a temperature gauge built into it. So when this is on and we take it up into the camper with us and leave it by the bed, the diesel heater down here outside is going to use the temperature reading off of this and make adjustments to keep the temperature at inside whatever we set it at. So that is really cool. You just have a wireless thermostat essentially. And then on the bottom too, and I don't know, there you go, maybe you can see it there, is a carbon monoxide sensor also. So you get the carbon monoxide sensor, the thermostat, and the remote functionality from this one little remote that's rechargeable now and no batteries, which is a game changer to keep this little baby inside and do everything from in there, and then know that the temperature, the carbon monoxide, all's being taken care of as well. So that's really cool. It has a little place to live over here, which is cool. So yeah, you just put it in there for storage or put it in the truck when you're using it. But I decided that after the issues with that Blue Eddy that I was going to tap into the Red Arc system, which I did today. Hooked it up to its own circuit and put a little connector on here that will live, this part will live in the truck behind this door. And at camp I can plug in the diesel heater, which I converted the end to this style. I can't think off the top of my head what kind of connector this is, but yeah, so I converted it to that down here on the supplied cord that came with it. And so yeah, so now when I get to camp, I can plug the diesel heater in, obviously run my cord down this corner here so I can close the door and get power to this. For sure power, and plenty of power, because I have a 300 amp hour Renogy plus the Red Arc system and the solar and everything. So there's no question that this diesel heater will not have enough power to fire it up. And so yeah, so really just doing a test run right now. This is the first burn of the diesel heater, so I wanted to get that knocked out, make sure everything worked. It fired up okay. The new power supply worked. I think I ran it on a 30 amp, which is more than enough, so it shouldn't have any issues. I think my little Blue Eddy was a 10 amp for their 12 volt cigarette lighter kind of outlet, and I think that's where the problem was, is this on startup, it can't exceed 10 amps, and it was causing my old diesel heater to, you know, think it wasn't getting enough power. So this way, there is no more issues. It's hardwired into the truck now. I can disconnect it. I can store this in the summertime when I don't need it, and in the winter, like in a couple of days. It's sunny out now, it's nice, I'm in a t-shirt, but when we go camping at night, it's supposed to get down into the 30s, and I'm gonna bring the diesel heater and gonna run it this way. So the good little trial run today went well. Very happy with the diesel heater. Some of the improvements they did on this, you don't hear any ticking. They went to like a tickless, I guess that's how you would put it, fuel pump. So you don't get any of the fuel pump noise. It didn't really bother me, but you know, they thought that they should change it. Some people complained about it, but yeah, so now it's super quiet, very silent. The exhaust just slides on and off, so when it cools down, I'll slide the exhaust off and put this in my garage and load it up in a couple of days to go with me. But thought I'd make a little video, didn't go too long, just to kind of show everybody the little setup. How I run this at camp is not on this table. I actually have a tire table. It hooks onto the tire. You've probably seen it in some of the other videos. Hooks onto the tire and, you know, kind of sits about right here, and then the ducting comes up here. For the ducting, I've done something a little bit different too. I bought some high temperature silicone intercooler couplers to connect it here, and to connect it to the window fitting, so that way that the heater tube running from the heater, I don't have to deal with like hose clamps and stuff. It's a nice snug. That silicone will slip on here and slip onto the fitting at the window when it's in, and you don't have to mess with like I said, hose clamps or anything. So it's just a matter of slipping it on and slipping it off, but it's a tight enough fit to where it's not going to fall off or get blown off or anything like that. So it's I'll let you guys know, because I'm going to do that this weekend. But for now, that's it. Yeah, going through some things. I got the diesel tank on there. That's something else I didn't mention. This thing looks so small and compact. It's very easy to move around, but this built-in fuel tank on here actually holds 2 gallons of gas. I don't know where the tank is, you know, conformed to this little package, but it does hold 2 gallons. And there's people on YouTube that have run this heater for over 72 hours straight on 1 tank of gas on kind of a low setting, you know, 1 or 2 in the setting area. So, you know, that is crazy, because my old diesel heater, I'd fill it up and we were using a half a tank of gas each night for about an 8-hour run. So theoretically, depending on how long I'm going to be out, I could fill this up at home and not have to fill it up out in the field or in camp or whatever. But I'll have the diesel filled up at the gas station when I stop on my way out of town. That way I have some backup, or if anybody else needs any. But yeah, and then just kind of, you know, it's kind of a mess back here. I haven't really straightened anything out to get ready to go. I'll do that here in the next couple of days. But So yeah, the red arc is on, and I have the diesel heater hooked up to this I guess outlet here, this terminal on the display. So if I push this, I'll turn it off, which I don't want to do because it's running right now. But so I can control the power to that plug from right here, and also see what the diesel heater is pulling, which is right there. You know, so it doesn't use a lot of power at all once it's started up. In the beginning, at startup, it pulls a lot. That's the problem I was having before. That little Blue Eddy couldn't keep up with the startup, but this system will have no problem at all. So, yep, gonna get stuff ready. I'm excited to get out. It's been a while. Gonna be out for a few days, and there'll be a little video or something on that, I'm sure. So, check out Hcalory Toolbox diesel heater. This had an Amazon coupon when I went and looked at it after watching a bunch of review videos from other people. And I got lucky enough to find it when it was on a coupon, so I think I paid 200 bucks for it. Compared to my other Chinese Vivor one, I think it was 100 bucks. So this is kind of twice as much, but I think it has a ton more features, quieter, runs longer, the remote, everything else. So yeah, definitely happy with this. Happy that it's hooked up to the truck and not running independently off that Blue Eddy anymore, where it's going to cause me problems. And yeah, truck is good to go. She's always good to go. Truck is very dialed in. You know, there's not much else I could or want to change right now. So just this little projects like this, but truck is doing good. Looking forward to getting out and enjoying the weekend with some friends. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this little kind of mini review of the Hcalory diesel heater.